What if I told you there's a forbidden touch, capable of triggering uncontrollable desire in any woman? No, it's not magic. It's science. Have you noticed how some men manage to spark obsession in women without saying a word? It's not luck, it's not genetics. It's about mastering the blind spots of the female mind, the ones even she doesn't fully understand. And today, you're going to discover the first of these secrets, but pay attention. What follows isn't for amateurs. It's for those ready to unlock a level of attraction so intense, she'll question whether she chose you, or if you had already won her over before you even touched. What you're about to learn can't be found in books, because very few dare to talk about it. If you want to be the man she can't forget, the one who invades her thoughts even when she tries to resist, stay until the end. And if you already know this knowledge is exclusive, hit the like button now, because what comes next is only for those who are truly prepared. Secret point number 1, the touch of invisible power. There's a spot on her body that, when touched the right way, activates a primitive signal in the brain. It's not the neck, not the waist. It's that subtle space between the wrist and the palm of the hand. When your fingers glide there with firm gentleness, you trigger an archaic reflex, the instinct to be guided. She won't consciously notice, but her body will already have registered. You have authority. Why does this work? It's based on manipulation psychology. Brief, precise touches in non-obvious zones create subliminal tension. She's not expecting it, so her limbic system, the emotional center, fires off an alert. And when controlled, alerts turn into fascination. You're not asking permission. You're leading. But here's the crucial detail, the timing of the touch. More than 2 seconds feels deliberate. Less than 1 and it doesn't register. The key is 1.5 seconds, long enough to be noticed, short enough to avoid analysis. Practice until your touch feels accidental, but never is, and the effect? She starts leaning slightly toward you during conversations, as if there's a magnet between you. The wrist touch is the password to a game she doesn't even know she's playing. And if you think that's powerful, wait until you see what happens when you combine it with secret point number 2, the whisper that deactivates. Rational thought. The secret isn't in what you say, but how you say it. Behind her left ear is an area 37% more sensitive to vibration than the rest of her body. When you whisper something in that exact spot, even if it's just past the salt, your voice resonates directly with her parasympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for involuntary relaxation. Behavioral science explains whispers near the ear trigger deep, womb-like memories of safety. That's why she might disagree with your words, but her body will respond with chills and a quickened heartbeat. The trick? Your lower lip should almost brush her skin, but never actually touch. The promise of a contact that doesn't happen is more powerful than contact itself. Here's the real kicker. The first word of the whisper must always start with a vibrating consonant. D, B, or V. These sounds create frequencies between 80 Hz and 120 Hz, the same range the brain associates with dominant voices. It even works in noisy environments. She'll hear you as if you were inside her mind. After this move, watch how she starts mirroring your breathing and touching her own neck without realizing it. These are clear signs you've triggered a near-hypnotic state of attention. But none of this compares to what comes next, because the third secret point doesn't involve touch or voice. Secret point number 3, the eye game that grabs the soul. There's a gaze pattern that triggers a primal mechanism in the female brain. Lock your eyes with hers for exactly 2.3 seconds, then slowly shift your focus to her lips and return to her eyes. This movement creates a tension release loop that spikes dopamine, the neurotransmitter of addiction. She won't know why, but she'll feel the need to reconnect her gaze with yours. Attraction theory says our brains interpret eye contact as a form of distant touch. When you break the usual pattern, Either holding too long or glancing away too quickly, you force her limbic system to tag you as an anomaly. And the human brain is hardwired to focus on what breaks the rules. You become a mystery she needs to solve. But beware, timing is everything. Less than 2 seconds feels insecure. More than 3 becomes a stare. The magic lies in that precise moment she notices you've looked away, and in the microsecond when your eyes meet again. Practice until your gaze carries the weight of a secret being revealed. The result: she'll start adjusting her posture, playing with her hair, or blinking more when near you. These are subconscious signals that your look is rewriting the rules of the interaction. And if you think that's powerful, wait until you learn what happens when you master the next level of silent control. Secret point number 4. The breathing that sinks desire. When you adjust your breathing to match hers, but with a half-second delay, something fascinating happens. Within 40 seconds, her heart rate begins to align with yours. This phenomenon, called physiological entrainment, is the same technique professional hypnotists use, and you can do it anywhere without her even realizing. Based on manipulation psychology, our breathing is the only autonomous system we can voluntarily control. When you sync your breathing pattern with hers, inhaling when she exhales, you create a subcutaneous connection. Her body registers, "This man understands me on a deep level," and the subconscious doesn't argue, it obeys. Here's the secret: start by mirroring her breath for 3 cycles, then gradually slow your own pace. Within a minute, she'll be breathing in your rhythm, and by extension, entering your emotional state. Use this at key moments, while telling a story, during a joke, or when offering a drink. Watch as her posture opens up, her feet turn toward you. These are signs that you now control the invisible flow of the interaction. But none of these secrets compare to the 5th and final point, because this one requires no gestures, no voice, no touch. And it's the most devastating of all. Secret point number 5. The presence that dominates without words. There's a magical space, about 3 feet, 92 centimeters around her. Not too intimate, not too distant, where your simple presence triggers her submission instinct. Stand there motionless for exactly 11 seconds, and your silence will speak louder than any speech. She'll feel your body like a magnetic field pulling her in without a single move, rooted in stoicism. Confident stillness is the most underestimated weapon in seduction. While other men fidget to get attention, you radiate dominant calm. Her limbic brain reads this as primal security, and for the female mind, security is the ultimate aphrodisiac. You don't need to prove anything. You've already won. The secret is in the angle. Stand at a 45-degree angle to her, never directly in front. That's the blind spot of threat detection. She can see you, but doesn't feel invaded. Keep your eyes fixed on a distant point, as if something fascinating lies beyond her. Nothing sparks curiosity more than being ignored strategically. In under a minute, you'll notice she'll adjust her space, either by moving closer or by touching objects near you. These are unconscious attempts to reconnect to your territory. Now, the control is in your hands, but true mastery begins when you combine all 5 points in a single interaction. Imagine the power of syncing breath. Touch, gaze, and presence in an invisible dance she doesn't even realize is happening, until she's already completely immersed in your game. And the most fascinating part? She'll swear it was her idea. You've just discovered the 5 secret codes that rewrite the rules of attraction. This isn't manipulation, it's deep understanding of human nature. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these points surprised you the most? Have you ever tried one without realizing it? Comment below with the word forbidden if you're ready to put this into practice today. If this content gave you a new perspective, leave a like. Every like is a signal to the algorithm that serious men are out there seeking real growth. And if you're part of the 3% who won't settle for cliches, subscribe now. In the upcoming videos, I'll break more myths and reveal techniques that never reach the mainstream. The journey has just begun.